Welcome to BigGunner81 Live, everyone. Tonight, we want to thank our sponsors, Applied Arsenal Finishes and Gunworks at AFGW.com, BAT Arms, Hailston Munitions, the Range at 355, and Tier 1 Training Corp. So, tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about some of our current projects. It's not going to be a very long show tonight. And in the house with us tonight, we actually have Aiden David here with us. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, tonight was kind of short planned, I guess, is the way to put it. Had a lot of things kind of disrupting my planning process in my office and stuff here. So, anyway, let's get started. Hayden, what are you actually working on right now as far as some rifle builds you've got going?
Just kind of playing around with a couple different things for three gun. For a while now, I've been using Bravo Company Mark 12 barrel and their KMR handguard with just a regular GI type upper. And it's been fairly decent, but I'm trying to get a little bit more accurate barrel and something that weighs a little bit lighter. So
Cool.
putting together a 16-inch Seekins upper and hopefully a 17-inch upper from Rev.
Nice. With the barrel, too, speaking of that, like a lightweight barrel, I actually just ordered a couple of Faxon barrels. They're 16-inch pencil barrels. And the reason why I went with that is because it's for the his and her build that I'm working on. For those that don't know, I've got a video on the YouTube channel, just under the his and hers project or something like that. I called it. We're looking for something lightweight for my girlfriend who is starting out in shooting ARs, and you got a lot of weight in the front end of your rifle because the barrel and everything else, is all in the front there. And so to cut that down, I was looking at the Faxon because actually Tim from TACOM recommended it. And I think it comes in about 19 ounces, like 1.2 pounds or something. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. So that's just one of them that you're building right now, you said, right? You have another one, too.
What'd you say?
You actually have two of them that you're building, right?
Right. I'm working on a shorter length one, one from Seekins, which is a mid-length, and then the other one I'm working on is a full rifle length from Rev Arms.
Okay. So, what are your options as far as why are you building the two of them? Like, what is the purpose of the longer barrel? Is it for the long range stuff?
Yeah, for a little bit more velocity and hopefully able to poke out there a little bit better. Due to some issues getting a hold of the actual stuff from Rev, I went ahead and through one of Seekins Pro Shooters, got my hands on some other stuff, and rather than build two identical full rifle length barrels, I decided to go a little bit shorter on the second one, just to give that a try, to see if that helps with a little bit of balance or maneuverability in the tighter stages.
Right on. That makes sense. I mean, I've been talking with a couple different people, as you know, and picking stuff up here and there and learning different things. And one of them was like, yeah, the short barrel, the 16-inch barrel is pretty good all the way around. Everybody's got their opinions, too, by the way. The 16-inch barrel is good all the way around for most everything you do with three-gun. It moves quicker, like when you're swinging between targets and stuff. It moves quicker than the 18-inch barrel. And, I originally was thinking about putting an 18-inch barrel on my three-gun rifle because I was thinking, hey, a little extra velocity. It might be a better option for some of the long-distance shots. But now I'm kind of more like, maybe the 16-inch barrel isn't so bad because, even though it's not a huge difference, but there's still a little bit of difference in the weight. And it's that weight that's extended out away from you, too.
Yeah. I think in the past, the competition rifles for three gun, the 18-inch came before the adjustable gas blocks came into play a lot.
Oh,
The recoil impulse of the full rifle length gas system was a lot softer shooting than the shorter carbine and mid-length systems, so they became kind of popular with that. I know I've seen a lot of different companies that are offering three gun rifles with shorter barrels now. I know that Armalite has one that's a shorter barrel. It's actually shorter than 16, and then they have their break pin to get to
Yes.
16. But
I think it was a 13.5-inch barrel, maybe, that 100 cal runs.
pretty short.
Yeah, it was pretty short with a really long compensator to make up that 16 inches.
Right.
I feel like that's pretty cool. But for well, for anybody really, I was gonna say for him, but for anybody, that lightweight setup might not be a bad idea, just because you can swing between the targets a little.
Right. And I think that with the lightweight components we're seeing with the buffers and buffer springs and the lightweight bolt carriers, the benefit of going to the full rifle length gas system is not necessarily entirely mitigated, but maybe the gap is closing a little bit.
I gotcha. That's something else. I've never tried anything but a rifle length and a carbine gas system. So, I mean, actually, I should take it back. I have shot a rifle with mid length, but not enough to really feel the difference because I've only did it like momentarily at the range, trying someone's rifle out. Now, these Faxon barrels actually have the mid-length gas system on them. So that's going to be interesting to see how that handles. And, it, like anything, you build it, you might do some tweaking to it to make it how you want it in the end. Right now, to give a little bit of a rundown, now, the lowers are Aero Precision lowers with a regular standard style trigger, which we'll probably change those out in the future. Nothing too spectacular, just, Magpul stock, Hope grip, stuff like that. The upper, like I said, the Faxon 16-inch pencil barrel with the mid-length gas system. For the compensator, the TACCOM Ultra, or they call it ultralight or lightweight comp that they make. That's what I'm going to be trying out on it because they seem to be pretty lightweight. Cut down some of the mass that's sticking all the way furthest from you,
Right.
And you've seen my handguard on my rifle, that GunTech USA one, that for a little while I was like, I've heard people telling me, oh, it's made overseas, it's not made here. No, actually, it's made in Arizona. Some of their products are made overseas, and they label them either made in the U.S. or made overseas, but the handguard is made here, surprisingly. So, anyway, their newest version of that handguard, it's a 15-inch handguard. They call it the Airlight series, and they actually machine out, like, instead of having key mod all the way down. Oh, hey, by the way, Patrick from One Shot Kill Media just jumped in with us. That's cool. Hey, Patrick, is Jake's with you? I don't know if they can hear us or not. Can you guys hear us? I have no audio from you guys over at by Patrick and Jake. They're trying to figure out their settings. So that's the one thing about this. For some reason, Google a lot of times gives us issues, but I can't complain. It doesn't cost us anything to do this, which is cool the way it works. So back to what I was going to say, the Airlight series actually has so the key mod all the way down the side of the rail. They do like these triangle trapezoid patterns to cut down the weight to 8.5 ounces. So I was looking at a carbon fiber handguard recently, and the weight on that was I forget the exact amount, but it was quite a few more ounces than that. And I was like, really? You always think carbon fiber is super lightweight. Now, it may depend on the handguard, too, the individual handguard.
Right.
But that particular one, I don't remember whose it was. I was kind of surprised to find out that it was heavier. So we're going with that. The upper receiver, it's not in stock right now. Through Aero Precision is what we're kind of looking at, a non-forward assist upper to kind of cut some of the weight down from having extra little bit of material on it with the forward assist. Or possibly, there you go. Is that the which one is that?
That is, I actually just got this about a week and a half ago for one of the projects. That is their just regular GI upper with dust cover but no forward assist.
Oh man, you got the one I need.
Yeah, it's a nice looking upper too.
That's cool. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for them to get in stock right now. Exactly. So I mean, I also kind of like the F1 skeletonized upper to go with it, but I think I want to keep the upper and lower matched by the company right now. So that's what we're waiting for Aero to have those back in, and then I'll probably be ordering those as well. The bolt carriers, I'm not sure. Now I see Patrick and Jake moving their camera, but can you guys even? I don't think we can hear you. No, we see your lips moving, but we can't hear any of your audio.
Yeah, I'm not hearing either.
You may have to either change your settings or log back in because I wanted to talk with you guys about your lower. Actually, with Jake about his new lower. I'd show you guys my cam's like not working right on this computer, so I'm not using it tonight. But I had to do a picture of it actually. By the way, not to scooch the gears here, Hayden, but I'll show you the. I know that's. For those that watching, who want to know what that's all about. They're teasing me about that because I do kind of go on tangents from time to time. So on the way back to Alabama this past couple weeks ago. Let me pull up their lower receivers. I was hoping to talk to them about it, but apparently their audio is not working. Here, let's see. Clicking through my way through this. So.
Hey, you guys hear anything?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Alright, sweet.
Good. How are you guys doing, by the way?
Good. Oh, hanging in there, man.
So, for you guys, you got a lot of background noise.
Yeah. 1 second. We're going to see if we can fix that up.
Yeah, get or something. So, you guys coming to us live from Bombay today?
Yeah.
What was that?
You're coming to us live from Bombay?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, you got like lights and a bow on that too now. That's a nice touch.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's festive.
What is like some
Kinda.
Oh man, is that Thomas in the background?
That is. Yeah.
The little one. So, real quick too, so you guys don't know Hayden yet, I don't think.
No.
David is my teammate from Tier 1 training, Tier 1 marksmanship.
Oh, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you.
The guy in the red, that's Jake from MGS Firearms. The guy in the one-shot kill medium shirt is Patrick. So, thanks for jumping out with those guys too. So, I was going to talk to Jake about your lowers here.
Okay.
I didn't have. My camera's not working like I said, so I can't show you the one that I got. But I just picked it up from Mary at AC Arms. This past weekend, we were not. Short story. I'm gonna mute your mic for a minute too, because of all the background noise. But you guys can mute it whenever you want to talk. So this past weekend, I was out at the Chicagoland Motor Speedway, and how does that have to do with guns? Well. And Joliet is where the Chicago Motor Speedway is, and they were hosting a gun show. So inside the actual garages they use for like all the NASCARs and stuff, when they have like all the NASCAR stuff going on there, like their pit garages, that's where they actually had this gun show. There's 4 big garages there, and they were all full of just guns end to end, displays and stuff. It was a really pretty cool show. So we went out there to check that out and also pick up the MGS Firearms lower from Barry, who was there doing the show. Very cool to see that. Also picked up a purple rifle case for the girlfriend's rifle build. But I want to say the cool things about this lower, and there's some companies are doing this, but not everyone is doing this. Now the picture here doesn't really show it, but a couple things that this lower from MGS has is it does have the tension screw. So you can tension the upper and lower. So, after a little while, you get a little bit of wobble between the upper and lower. It has a tension screw that comes up from the bottom underneath the grip. And also for the rear takedown pin, you know how we all struggle with, we don't always struggle with it, but sometimes you risk having that little spring fly out the back when we're taking off the stock. It does have the threaded detent spring hole, so you can actually have a set screw to put in there to hold the spring in place. So you can take your stock off all the time and not worry about that spring popping out. Also, the bolt catch. That, instead of being a roll pin that you drive in with a punch, like Ryan, for example, who couldn't make it tonight, he had one of these recently where somebody was putting one together, a lower, not an MGS lower, just some other company, and they broke the roll pin punch off in the receiver. Well, on this, it has a threaded, basically a little threaded shaft that you put in there, like a little threaded screw that holds the bolt catch in there. So you don't have to risk scratching up the receiver, damaging it, with a roll pin punch or anything like that. Very cool. So those are nice features, plus the finish on it. I mean, the anodizing looks really nice on this little receiver. So you can check them out, mgsfirearms.com. They're up in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. Jake, if you have anything you want to say about your lowers I'm missing, we got to unmute you, though.
They're pretty cool.
Yes, they are cool. I like it.
That's a whole lot of echo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the echo is probably coming from Patrick and Jake because they've got background noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should see the matched AR-10 sets too. Those things are badass.
Yeah, we just built one today that's just kind of like, I mean, because, you know, like AR-10s, they don't have a true mil spec in the way that 5.56s do.
Like they have
So
the DPMS kind of pad.
yeah, well, you basically have to trial and error kind of figuring out what parts will actually work with the gun, with an AR-10, just because there's no mil spec for AR-10s. So we were doing testing one today to make sure it was functioning properly.
Awesome.
It worked pretty good. I think it might just need a breaking period, but the receivers themselves look amazing. But at least as far as complete rifles we want to build, obviously we want something that's boringly reliable.
No excitement.
But so it's I mean, like I said, it's just figuring out the proper gas system as well as the buffer weights.
I was talking with Eric earlier, and you may know this, about the AR-10s, because that's something I was like, oh man, I didn't know you guys were getting that. I probably would have waited and just got the AR-10. But I want, if it's possible, if no one else has reserved it, I think I want to reserve number 7.
7? Yeah, I mean, I can do that for you. Right now, we only the first
5, right?
Yeah, we have through. Well, actually, we have 5, but technically it's through 4 because the first serial number was MGS, and then a bunch of zeros. But so yeah, I can probably swing that for you.
That's really cool. I'm sure you guys are keeping the 001, right?
Yeah.
that's like
yeah, that and MGS 0069. Those are definitely going up for auction.
Oh, that is cool. That's a cool concept too, just to auction. But I would keep the 0001 because it's like that's like a first. That's like a landmark, guys. And I'm really excited for you too on that.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm gonna wait for the matching upper before I start building that one as well.
Well, yeah, that was. We actually didn't really realize that ourselves until after we got them. But yeah, the lowers are Type 3 hard coat anodizing or Type 3 hard anodizing. Whereas a lot of you got to make sure that you get. We got Type 3 anodized uppers in as well. But obviously they work with the Parkerized finish. Finish, yeah. But there is a little bit of a color differentiation.
Yeah, that's true. That's like I was gonna get it Cerakoted, and I think maybe I won't because it's just that finish is really nice on it, and
yeah, it's really pretty. I mean, it just looks a lot smoother than a Parkerized
yes.
A phosphate finish.
Now, are your uppers right now? They don't have your logo on it, right? But
No. We are having them. So right on top of the rail, behind the last section of Picatinny, like right around where the charging handle is.
Right.
We actually are having the MGS crest laser engraved on there.
Right. So as soon as you get one of those in, let me know because I do really get a matching upper.
Sure. Yeah, we had one that we got in that we basically did as a sample run with the engraver we're using. And we'll have another 10 probably within a week or so.
Okay, cool. So I'll be talking to you soon about it. Because I don't want to mix and match that up and lower. I want to kind of I really want to take my time to build with like choice parts on it. I muted your mic for a second because of all the noise. So just unmute it when you guys want to talk to help cut down on the Thomas. Because I hear him in the background. And by the way, Toby jumped in with us tonight too. I know he's audio only. He's muted right now. He may be doing something, but if you're there, you can say hi to us too. So.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. All right. I wasn't sure if you're still with us or if you're doing something, but yeah, thanks for jumping in with us as well. We're talking about some of our current rifle builds and stuff. I know you've got something going interesting too. You're doing a Remington 700, right?
Yeah, I've actually got two builds that I'm getting ready to start. One's going to be another competition AR. I'm going to be building that on a BCI Defense upper and lower with a Columbia River Arms barrel.
Is this the VCI Defense one that's got the Tier 1 logo on it?
Yes,
That's
that is
awesome.
the one.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and then I'm building, for the Precision Rifle series, I'm building a Remington 700 and kind of doing a custom job, I guess you might call it.
Okay. So tell us a little about that Remington 700.
Well, what I did, and this came from a good friend of mine, Joe Burdick,
Yep.
from Team Cantrell, he suggested to save on cost, since the only thing that I wanted was the receiver, because the short-action receiver for a 700 is the exact same in the ADL youth model as it is in the regular 700. The short-action is a short-action.
Right.
So I bought the ADL, the 700 ADL in 243 Remington. 243 Winchester. And as soon as I get it, I'm going to take the stock off of it, take the barrel off of it, basically strip it down to just the action, and start with that and build a custom 700.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. So I was going to say the barrel. I was thinking, like, you probably want something that's a little bit better than what it came from the factory for that, I imagine, for precision stuff you're doing.
Right. Well, I mean, the barrel that came with it actually has rifle sights on it, and it's mounted to it, and it's got a youth stock on it. So all that'll go away, and I think I'm going to probably put it in like a Magpul, the Magpul chassis, and I'm looking right now, possibly at Proof Research, a couple other manufacturers for barrels.
Have you seen the MDT TAC 21 chassis?
No, can't say that I have.
I see Hayden nodding his head. You've seen it, Hayden?
Yeah, I haven't seen it in person, but I'm familiar with the chassis for them.
Okay. Yeah, I actually had the opportunity, like, it was last summer. I took the long range rifle class through Safe USA. I lent, or I had one loaned me from our club president. He has Remington 700. It's in 308, and that one had the MDT chassis. I think he won the MDT chassis at some event that he was at. But that thing is sweet. I like the magazine idea, to be able to use mags with it instead of they have an internal box mag, right? If I remember right. Normally or no?
You're talking about the ADL?
Either one. The 700 in general. Is it or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, usually it's an internal, like, 5-round magazine.
That's what I was thinking. So this one has detachable mags with that particular chassis, and I thought that was really cool to be able to have detachable mags. Same thing with, like, now this isn't a precision rifle, but like the Mosin Nagant, they have the Archangel chassis from Pro. I think ProMag makes it or something. That one where you can get detachable 5 or 10-round mags for it. I'm like, that's really neat to be able to upgrade from that stupid box internal magazine, because okay, maybe it's not stupid, just something that I don't prefer, put it that way. I like to be able to pop in a mag and use it even if it's a bolt action. That makes sense to me. So
yeah, I'm a fan if they work right. Sometimes when you work with magazines and bolt action rifles, and I'm speaking from prior experience going back years and years and years ago. I haven't had much use for bolt action rifles in my work life, especially, or my competition life, since back in early 2000s. So it's been a while for me.
okay.
But back then they weren't real reliable. So we'll see. From what I hear, they're better now. So we're gonna see what we can do.
It's a very valid point. Like with the Archangel one they have for the Mosin Nagant. Those mags, they did have issues initially with them, so that's a very valid point. They're polymer mags. They weren't metal mags. The MDT chassis had a metal mag. Again, I only had the one experience with that rifle, and that was a day of shooting it, maybe doing like 20 rounds or more, maybe 30 rounds through it. And I didn't have any problems with the mags or anything then, but that was a very, very small amount to test, you know. So what I was going to ask too is something else. Patrick and Jake, what do you guys got going on as far as video projects and stuff right now? I heard you were filming something today.
Yes, we released our response to what's going on with Devil Dog Arms today.
Oh, you did? It's already out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was that?
I didn't know it was already out there. I didn't see it yet.
Yeah. And then we also had a Ohio Ordnance Works H-car come into the shop for transfer, and we got permission from the customer to do a small unboxing with it. And it's going to be our typical ridiculousness.
Yeah.
So.
So it's not going to be a torture test of throwing it down range and playing it with
No.
I mean, it's an H car. It's built to be thrown down range.
Yeah.
That's what it's there for.
But that thing's pretty cool. It's basically the H car is basically a BAR that's been modernized. So it has it has a polymer trigger housing and pistol grip and a collapsible buttstock and a polymer forend. They shaved quite a bit of weight off it because the original one was I think over 20 pounds or 19 pounds. Yeah, they got it down to 13. So it's still not quite as light as a Scar, but it's still pretty badass looking. I mean, it's definitely a movie gun, you know.
Yeah, it's a beast.
So is that what I saw on your Instagram today that you tagged me in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just tagged you because I thought it was cool, and I thought you'd think it's cool because it was pretty badass.
So here's a question for you too, and this is something I can ask all three of you, or actually all four of you, I should say. I'm looking at the feed, so I said three, but
yeah. It's like we're the same person.
Yes, basically, it's
We get the same feed views.
So I'm looking at possibly in the future, and it's not related to competition use, but I was thinking about in the future maybe buying a pump shotgun, and I'm looking at the debate between the Mossberg 500 and the Remington 700.
Mossberg. End of debate.
Okay, well, I want to know first. I'll let Hayden go with this one first. I want to know Hayden's views on this. Between the Mossberg 500, do we lose your audio?
Can you hear?
Oh, I can hear you now. I'm gonna mute Patrick and Jake because I think they were getting feedback from them. Now, and Toby is I don't know if he's muted. Anyway, so go ahead. Tell us what you think between those two.
I've had them both. In the Mossberg, I had the actual 590 A1, and I've had several of the Remington 870s. Reliability-wise, I think they're both going to be about the same. The only thing that I caution you against the Mossberg is that there's just more parts. Every time I took it apart, it seemed like I had more trouble getting it back together, just because there's more to do.
Okay, so there's more components to the actual makeup of the Mossberg 500 over the 870.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that for a fact if you count the numbers, but when you take the bolt, for instance, there's a lot more parts to fit together as opposed to just the bolt coming out in one unit.
Okay.
With the 590 I had, it was just a heavy gun. It actually has a real thick-walled barrel and everything because it's a mil-spec gun that they actually used. But I never had any problems with any of them, and I don't think you're really going to go wrong with either one. Aftermarket support, you're probably going to get a little bit more with the 870 just because they're so prolific.
Cool. So we do actually have people watching too, by the way. I was just checking on our Facebook, I'm sorry, not Facebook, YouTube, to see, and there's a few people watching. Let's go back to this. So, okay. So I missed part of what you said there. You actually seem to like both of them kind of equally, or you like which one do you like more?
If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with the 870.
Okay. Because less moving parts and pretty much is what your main point was?
Yeah, just easier to work on and clean and stuff.
Okay.
The only thing I do like Mossberg is the sticky on the tang of the shotgun. I think that's way more easy.
Sorry, I unmuted myself because I'm going to agree with you on that point. Yes, the tang, the pistol, the tang safety is awesome, right? The Remington safety is just terribly placed unless you plan on putting a pistol grip on. If you plan on putting a pistol grip on, I do think that the the Remington safety is superior to the Mossberg.
I think that's a good point, because that was the thing I was looking at. I was over at the Range 35 yesterday, taking a look at their selection, and I did like the safety better on the Mossberg, and I did like the what's the term for this? The pump release or whatever. You guys have something interesting going on that I'm missing because I see you on the phone?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know that's another thing. Honestly, that's another thing I really like about the Mossberg is the slide release. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought was kind of neat, because I just like.
No, I mean when I said Mossberg, end of discussion. I'm not trying to hate on the Remington. I still think the Remington is a good shotgun.
Right.
I think that the Mossberg has some superior ergonomic features to it, where you have to modify less of the gun to basically make it just user ready. I mean, I do agree that they're more complicated than in some regards than the Remington 870s, but they're tanks too. Like we have a 590A1 SPX at the shop right now, and that thing is just awesome. I think I'm probably just gonna snag it and use it to shoot heavy optics.
Which one did you say you have?
It's the Mossberg 590A1. I took it in use, so it's the cards are in my favor on it.
Nice. I like the wording on that. Yeah, I actually, the 590A1 is one of the models I really like. It's just because it's got that little, I don't know what the technical term for it is. Like it's not a razor, breacher choke on the front. What do you call that?
I don't think it doesn't have a choke. If it does, it's probably just it's a built-in modified, I believe, if anything. Don't quote me on that. I'm not. I mean, obviously, I think Hayden here, just from listening, probably knows more about shotguns than I do. So I will admit that. I just know what I like and I know what I hate.
I got you.
But see, the thing is, we shot 3-gun with the well, it's now no longer produced, the 930 Patrick Flanagan. You know, that big blue monster we dragged out last time we were down there. Yeah. That thing shoots awesome. I love the 930 SPX that I have, and the 590A1 SPX is basically just a pump action version of the 930. So it's pretty cool.
I'm still up in the air about what I want down the road for replacing, or not really replacing, to go along with my MKA MagFit shotgun, because people watch the video have seen I had a lot of magazine problems with it. I'm going to try to address those problems soon here with the mags and see if I can get it to run a little bit better. I know that MagFit shotguns, what I've been hearing from everybody, they're just like, well, you're always going to have some problems with them. They're never foolproof in a sense, but some people say they've had great experiences with them. But I'm thinking maybe at some point in the future change that up.
Dude, you know who I wish we took a closer look at SHOT Show is American Standard Manufacturing. They're the ones that do the DP12, the double pounder 12 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Basically the double barrel KSG. They have some pretty badass shotguns coming down the pipeline. You should go take a look at them. They're pretty sweet looking.
Who are the shotguns with the drums?
Oh, that was Fostech. Yeah, Fostech is basically if you want to sell a kidney for a shotgun.
Yeah.
Right on. So, I was going to ask Toby a question too here. The question is, I was going to say, what was your opinion on between the two, Mossberg and the Remington?
Who?
Oh, Toby.
Oh. My bad. I'm self-centered.
I don't know if he can hear me or not. Maybe he's not muted though right now.
Yes.
Toby, can you hear us? I think we lost him someplace. So he's here, but we can't hear him. He's not muted. So anyway.
Maybe he jumped in that fighter jet and flew away.
Nice. So Hayden, back to the question about the 590, the Mossberg 590A1. On the front of it, what is that called? It's I've seen the castle looking it looks like a muzzle device.
Mine didn't have any kind of chokes or anything. It had a bayonet lug.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 590A1s are basically the military shotguns. They're what the Marine Corps used.
Okay.
Like I don't know what they have so far as if it's a built-in like just modified choke, because that would probably make sense. But it definitely doesn't have interchangeable choke system. I know the 590A1 SPX is ported with ghost ring sights, the ghost ring iron sights, and then the Picatinny rail that you get with the 590. I'm sorry, the 930 SPX. But yeah, I don't. There's no muzzle device to my at least awareness in the 590s.
You're right. I might be thinking of something else, because I'm trying to look at the pictures right now to pull something up to show you what I'm thinking of, and I'm not seeing it like I thought. So maybe it was the Remington 870 that had it, because one of them I looked at recently did have some type of muzzle device on it. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, there is a model I think that had it. Well, let me do a screen share and show you what I'm looking at, so you guys can all see this. This is just a quick picture. I'm not on a web page, but you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Yep.
We got the bayonet lug, and then they got.
Oh yeah. Those are the you're talking about the pistol grip one. That's just a breacher. It's
Okay.
Because it's designed. Yeah, it's designed for using like ceramic slugs for just blowing hinges and or brackets up doors and stuff. So yeah, it's a breaching device. It's a stand-up device, so that like, because if you put like a traditional shotgun muzzle against a door and you don't have that stand-up device, the muzzle, or I'm sorry, the propellant energy from the burning gases could easily rupture the shotgun barrel, because the shotgun barrels are very, they're thin-walled. You know what I mean?
Right.
So especially if you use the powdered zinc breaching rounds.
Yeah. So that's why they use this. And then the stand-up devices, they usually have some kind of like aggressive, I can't think of the word. Basically, they have like a very, very sharp, jagged front end to it, so that you can just like stick it right into a door jamb or wherever.
My MK 1919, where it's got these really sharp points on it, every time I put it in my rifle case.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's what they're for. It's a breaching device, and so you just jam it into a door to blow the hinges off, and then blow the lock out. So it's to safely vent the gases out, so you don't get an overpressure in the barrel.
So these breaching rounds, are they available at your MGS Firearms?
I mean, I'm sure I could source them for you.
My real question is, honestly, is that something that's available to the public?
Why not?
You know, like, is there anything that would make it where it's like long-term?
Well, here's the thing: you could breach a door with a slug. The only thing about the ceramic rounds is that they're designed to disintegrate faster, so they're less of a liability to the people on the other side of the door.
Got it. Nice.
So.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Somebody's phone or something just vibrated loud. Is that your tablet there, Hayden?
Yeah, it must have been. I was going to show you. I don't know how well you can see it or not.
Oh, we can see it.
Yeah, that's my 590 when I had it. There's an on the end of the one I had.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love Mossberg shotguns. I've never had any bad experience with a Mossberg shotgun, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've never had a bad experience with a Remington 870 either. I'm not going to argue if one is better than the other, because they're both perfectly fine. I'm just saying, preference-wise, and especially with like ergonomics in mind, that's where I think the Mossberg is superior. I just think they have a superior safety placement. I think they have a very superior slide release placement. That's me though, you know. But I mean, I also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
One thing I did forget to mention too is finishes. Finishes on all the Mossbergs are by far superior to the lower end Remington finishes. I mean, if you get like a Wingmaster or the police versions where you get parkerized or an actual true blue, that matte bead blast blue that they put on the cheaper end 870s and their other firearms is really not a good finish. It'll like flash rust overnight.
Really? I was actually looking at the finishes on them too as well. That was something else.
You know, one thing you got to keep in mind though, and it's one thing that at least for me is like a watershed moment. Okay, if we're comparing the Remington of old to the Remington of now, then I say yes, the Mossberg and Remington are equal partners and each one has their equal merits. But you know, there's this thing called Freedom Group, and everything that they ever touch or own turns to dog shit. So Remington of now that it's being owned by Freedom Group, I will definitely tell you Mossberg is superior. Because Freedom Group it's an investment capital firm. They don't give a damn about producing a quality product. They care about increasing their profit margin. And that's why you see any company that Freedom Group touches or owns, they fire all of the old employees, they hire new staff, pay them less, and produce basically an inferior product, capitalizing on the good name.
Wow. I have heard of it. I didn't really know much about it, but that's interesting.
That's how Wyndham Weaponry came to be.
How is that?
After Freedom bought Bushmaster and got rid of everybody that was there, and then all those employees went over and started their own company and created Wyndham.
Got it. Interesting concept. So, you guys got anything else?
I was going to say, I'm sorry, the Wyndham Weaponry thing, yeah, it was the owner of the original Bushmaster. He actually had a non-competition agreement for 5 years. As soon as the 5 years were up, he started Wyndham Weaponry and started producing basically rifles of the same quality of the old Bushmaster. And ironically, that's about the same time period you see Bushmaster basically taking a downward spiral in quality. Same thing happened with, trying to think, not Henry, Marlin. That's why they call them like Remlins, DPMS, basically all of them. I mean, here's the thing. Some of the rifles are still decent. Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to make this just a shit talking, expose here. But I have noticed, particularly being on the retail side of it, and being in the retail side of it for long enough to know these companies before Remington. I'm sorry, not Remington, but Freedom Group got their hand on them. Is that as soon as Freedom Group buys a company, the quality goes down, and then you just see that across the board.
Wow. Good to know. So, what else you guys got coming up in the future here with you guys over MGS and Patrick?
We're doing that drawing for that rifle here. It's got to be like this week. It's been crazy lately.
We're sacrificing a few virgins next week.
Yeah.
Do you reach your 10,000 subscribers yet, or what?
No,
not even close.
We're just sick of it. It's kind of like it's like we want to just get on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like it served its purpose. You know what I mean? It got a lot more people involved in our pages, and actually, I mean, if you look at it collectively, it's probably got over 10,000 people through all the different companies who've gotten involved. So I look at that as a win either way you slice it. And then, yeah, I mean, it's just we want to move on to the next thing. We've got a lot of other cool shit planned out that we want to do, and you can only do one giveaway at a time to really make it feasible when you're smaller. So it's like we're not going to sit here and be like, we got 6 guns ready to give away.
I mean, the thing is too, it's like now that the rifle's built. I mean, we did promote it for quite a while before we even built the rifle, and I don't think we want to drag it on any longer and just piss people off with.
Yeah.
Let's not just pick it away.
I agree with you guys. I think it's a good call that you're doing it now, and I think it was admirable to take that big step to push that hard and try to get 10,000 on that giveaway. That's a damn good giveaway.
I mean, I don't want to be just known as the guys that are just like dangling this fish in front of people to fucking get them to like us. I want them to like us because they either think I'm an asshole and I'm hilarious, or like us because we get them to do service. One way or the other. I don't want them to just. I don't want to just. We don't, or both of us. We don't want to just like coax people into wanting to like us for a free giveaway. I mean, we did it to promote ourselves. There's no doubt on that, and I'm thankful to all the companies that were involved and helped us out with that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely time to just pick a winner. So we're probably gonna do that within the next week or so.
Yeah.
So give us a rundown again about this rifle a little bit, just some of the parts and stuff that are in it, because I know we haven't talked about it for a while on our show.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically built as a and it's basically honestly it's a pretty badass 3-gun ready rifle. The optic is not. I mean, you could shoot 3-gun with the optic. It's an Addaball MCRD, which is still a very good optic. I wouldn't suggest it's necessarily for 3-gun, but it definitely is a good optic. But it's basically just it's an amalgamation of different parts and manufacturers that we have association with. You know, I mean, manufacturers we know make quality stuff.
Yeah.
That we just basically got to know and talk to, and also cemented those relationships at SHOT Show. So we got the parts together. We built the rifle. We kind of we did a video with it, and we're basically just promoting ourselves, yes, but we're also trying to promote the other companies that were generous enough to donate to us.
I think that's the one thing we really did different with this giveaway too. Is like everybody will like do a giveaway of a gun or something that's already complete, and we literally showed like all the parts we used on this and like highlighted those parts so those companies would have more content to use themselves.
Right.
Well promoting this. So I think we took a different route there, and I think that it might have been a little confusing with all the different groups and companies that were involved, but at the same point, it's like this really helped people get to know these companies and what exactly is coming from them, and how us we're putting that all together to end up being like an awesome prize for our fans. So yeah,
I've got this.
To
show people what it is, and this is awesome.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's actually got really good parts in it. I mean, it's a Faxon barrel, jail billet brake, jail billet stock.
Yeah.
And
KE arms, upper
lower.
KE arms trigger.
Yeah.
You got a Lethia defense bullet carrier in there.
Strike Industries has been a tremendous help as well.
Yeah, Strike is huge.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Strike because honestly, like when we were testing our 308s, okay, Strike Industries just sent me some of their awesome dust covers. All right, and they basically said, we just want to know if they work in your receiver set, and sent them to me free of charge. And that's awesome of them. And to be honest with you, I will say this: they're great dust covers. I'm probably going to order both their 308s and the 5.56s to use on our rifle line.
They're dust covers, the Palmer ones, or they?
Yeah, and you know what's really cool about them too is I've been taking our rifle, the 308, around to different both retailers and manufacturers. Like I took it up to Midwest Industries the other day. I'm sure that's a name that you guys at least know, and even they were like, "Who loves these Strike Industries dust covers? They're fucking cool." So big shout out to Strike Industries, and thanks to that for everything that they've done.
Put them on a project as well very soon here too. With Strike Industries, good people.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they're awesome. They install super easy. They're definitely high quality, and they look awesome on the
gun.
And they definitely
Faxon barrel.
A good group of people to shoot the shit with every day at SHOT Show.
We had a lot of fun with them at SHOT Show. They were really cool.
So speaking of the Faxon barrel that you guys are using, what barrel which one are you running? Like a 16-inch? What is it?
Oh, that's the
18-inch
flame flute. Yeah, and that's badass.
Yeah,
and
it does look really cool.
Holy shit! Like it's hard to find a barrel that looks more wicked than that thing. It's like.
Is that a mid-length?
Oh, what's that?
Is it a mid-length gas system too on that?
What is that? Is it?
I think it might. No, it's rifle length.
No, it should be rifle.
Yeah, it's rifle
because
length.
it's a
rifle length.
15-inch handguard, I think, on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, you're right. It's rifle. Yeah, it's 15-inch.
Yeah.
So it's and we got the 15-inch Strike Industries rail because we wanted to like show off a little bit of the flame fluted barrel because it's pretty awesome looking.
Yeah.
So,
so people can they still enter it up until the time you draw it, or is that done now?
Oh yeah. I mean, like literally, people can enter all the way up until the day that we do it, and it's like I'll probably make an announcement on my page. It's like life has been a little hectic in all realms here lately, so
I can relate.
Yeah, man, it's been nuts. So it's like doing a lot of big things and good things, but it's also tough to kind of stay up on all the different social media outlets when you got a lot of stuff to do locally.
Here's a question: are you guys anyone? And this is for all of us here. This question: who might be going to the NRA show? Are you guys?
I'm kicking it around.
You're kicking around. And Hayden, what about you?
I'd like to.
Where is the NRA show this year?
It's in Tennessee, or is it?
I'm not going to that.
Kentucky this year.
Oh, it's Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah, it's in May.
Pennsylvania. Anyone watch Orange is the New Black here? I guess not.
Paducah.
No. The only time I've ever been to an NRA show is when the show was here in Milwaukee, and I know there's going to be people who think I'm an asshole for saying this, but hey, it's par for the course. I don't go to the NRA show because, the truth be told, it's a little pedestrian.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I haven't been to the NRA show yet, but being that I've been to SHOT Show once now, and hearing how, like, this is open to the public in a sense,
Yeah.
open to NRA members, it's going to have a totally different feel, and that's what I've been told, so I get what you're saying. It's going to be more consumer-oriented.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the NRA, no, here's the thing. I think the NRA show is a good thing, and I had fun at it when I did do it here in Milwaukee. But I don't feel the need for it.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, there's absolutely nothing at the NRA show that I will see or experience that I haven't already seen at SHOT, or even more so. Because some manufacturers do, drag out their stuff that you, as a civilian, just don't get to get your hands on or see. But that's not generally it's just not generally not as much at the NRA show versus the SHOT show. So I fully support it, and I'm definitely happy for those who go. But once you've been to SHOT show, it's just you don't feel the need, to be honest with you.
I got you. Yeah, I'm hoping to get to go to SHOT Show next year. We'll see what that's going to be like. As far as scheduling and stuff, and see if I can make it there. But it's definitely something I want to do again. That was an awesome time we had down there. And I hang out with you guys too. A lot of good stories, a lot of good memories, and it just seemed like a lot crammed into those short few days.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing about SHOT Show. I mean, that's what's crazy about it, is like you can spend the whole week there and you will not see everything. It's impossible.
That is true, and
you would have to clone yourself and have like a joint psyche with each one of your clones and have them all walk around. And if you go to Daniel Defense booth or any like the beer tents, you're screwed, because that clone won't remember shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very cool. I had pictures from the Daniel Defense booth, and then hanging out with Troy at Midwest Industries, the owner.
Yeah.
Drinking beer with the guys from Fire Mountain Outdoors. That was a cool memory.
Yeah.
It was just a great time to see everybody. See all your friends there from all across the U.S. Like Ryan's in Arizona, he was there, and you guys are from Wisconsin, and you're down there. We're all converged in, down in Las Vegas.
I mean, SHOT Show is an awesome time. It's always rewarding. I don't go every year. I mean, I've gone every other year. This past year, I think, was my 4th year going. But I mean, it's good to kind of space it out, because the truth is if you go every year, you're just gonna see more or less a lot of the same products. And then you get the people who have to go to SHOT Show, and they, like, if you ever talk to any like kind of like distributor reps or manufacturer reps or anything like that, they'll be like, oh, "Fuck, gotta go to SHOT Show."
Yeah,
they gotta work the whole event. They hate it.
This is true. I heard that. It's like people have been to it like year after year. Some of them, the veterans of SHOT Show, are kind of like, man, it's all work,
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Like the first year I went to SHOT Show, I was just like, bright-eyed doe. I was like, oh, there's a minigun at every booth. But I mean, you do it for a few years, and you're just like, oh, I guess that's SHOT Show. I mean, it still is a good time, and I definitely enjoy it. And
that's a pretty point. Like talking about shows in general, like gun shows. Obviously, SHOT Show's a little different, like local gun show. So me and the girlfriend went this past weekend to pick up your lower from Barry, and she had never been to a gun show before. So we're walking around checking it out, and it's kind of shockingly the amount of knives that are at the gun show. And like, I'm like, so how does it make you feel that like there's all these weird people? Like, you might think it's kind of weird walking around, and there's just guns everywhere on tables and knives everywhere on the tables,
Dude, if you ever thought that gun guys could be weird, you should try talking to knife guys. I mean,
and by the way, I speak as a gun guy who's kind of weird myself anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not.
No, I mean, no. And here's the thing: it's like I like knives. I find the value. I mean, I like good knives too. Like, I mean, I carry an Emerson. Like, I think I like good knives, but like knife collector guys, like true knife guys, they're weird. Like they will ask you the most ridiculous, like, you know, like was the guy when this metal was forged, was the guy doing it wearing pants or in his underwear? Like, you know, they'll ask you like to the thousandth of a degree, what angle was this knife ground at? I'm like, I don't know, a sharp one.
Nice.
You know, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like knives are cool, but I don't get it.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of knives. I mean, I understand the utility purpose of having one, but
Yeah.
I'm not a huge knife fan. That's just me, you know, personally. But anyhow, we're hitting 10 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Hayden, you got anything you want to throw out there? Anything coming up with you?
Just a match, and got the next 4 weeks.
Hey, before we wrap it up though, like Hayden, what is your backstory? Because we didn't get that.
Yeah, go ahead and answer that question before you wrap everything up. That'd be good.
Just been shooting for about 8 years competitively. Been working with Tier 1 for probably about three or 4 years. Just trying to move up in the competition world.
Gotcha. So, as we were saying a minute ago, too, what other things are going on? We kind of got that Jake kind of stepped into.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. What shooting discipline are you in?
Started off at IDPA. Did that for about 3 years, and right about then's when 3-gun started taking off, so I kind of slid over into that. I haven't been focusing entirely on the pistol like I used to, but now I'm pretty much just 100% focused on 3-gun.
Oh, I guess that makes sense because you're part of Rick's team. I should have known that.
Well, technically, it's not my team; it's Toby's team.
That's true. I'm sorry. I mean, like you guys are teammates on Tier 1. So. But that would have made sense to me, like a functioning brain.
So, cool. So I got all jumbled up here with the 3 things I was doing that you guys can't see on my camera. But do you have anything else you want to talk about? Any matches you have coming up? Not if you answered that yet.
No, not really. Just the matches we've got coming up are in the Indiana series, so semi-local.
Next weekend there's one, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Bend to the River, or Porter County, or something? One of those two.
That's the Indiana Multi-Gun Series in Michigan match.
Okay. There you go. So Patrick and Jake, you guys got anything else you want to throw out there?
Just trying to think. We got there's gonna be a couple of random other projects coming up, but like usual, I think the next thing we're really ramping up to is maybe like another contest or giveaway or maybe a raffle or something. You know, just a couple other things to get things moving, and then also looking to get things going on the other side of things that I do too, to kind of start blending those businesses and help benefiting more people.
I saw your chocolate video with the what was that thing you did with the chiseling out the?
Oh yeah.
That was
cool. That's a family member of mine owns that business, so I just.
Did you say jizzling?
Chiseling.
Chiseling.
We'll knock that one up to a crappy connection from Wi-Fi.
It was Google.
What's that?
It was Googled.
Google.
You're cracking me up.
Oh man, but yeah, it's just I'm kind of expanding the video stuff into more than just gun stuff too. You know what I mean? It's just in order to, you know, kind of get out there and do other things, you gotta be a little bit more, I guess, versatile to get a business to take off when it comes to video production. So a little bit of that. That was a family member too that I helped out with the chocolate stuff. So that was kind of cool. But lots of just different things going on, and then also looking to do some big things here over the next year in terms of the Homes for Heroes program and stuff like that too. So I'll touch on that more as it kind of develops.
So.
Yeah, and you're always welcome to talk about those projects too, especially with the Homes for Heroes. On
Oh,
here.
for sure, man. Yeah, that's gonna be huge. Like, it's already starting to get some steam rolling here in Wisconsin, which is good. So, it's pretty cool.
So, you got anything else you want to throw out there, Patrick? I mean, Jake? Sorry.
At least so far as like video wise, well, I mean, obviously now that we're starting to actually utilize our 07 licensing, we're definitely getting more into, other than building our own rifles, where we're going to start at least doing some non-transferable full autos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We actually have a Scar 16 that we're in the process of converting into a short barrel full auto, so that'll be pretty sweet.
Here's a question for you. Does that mean I can come up maybe to a demo with you guys?
Fuck yeah, that does.
Hell yes.
Bring ammo.
Yeah, that's the only catch.
Only requirement, right?
Yes, yeah, I understand. Because that's the big expense. Well,
I'll supply the car, but you gotta bring the gas.
you can't see me do my double thumbs up because the camera's down, but yes, absolutely, that would be awesome. I'm happy to say this too. I've got to shoot, and you guys are laughing when I say this too because you had a lot more experience than I do with the full autos, but I got to shoot my first full auto down in Florida.
Awesome.
The Southeastern Regional at 3-Gun Nation. Tresna Defense was down there with their 9mm carbine. They had a full auto version.
I remember that video you showed. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, short little video. That was
awesome. I didn't know it's the first time you shot full auto though.
Yes, I liked it. Damn.
Yeah. No, I mean it's fun. I mean it's just. I mean I'll be honest. It's like. I mean I definitely appreciate it. I mean because here's the thing, dude. It's like at one point in time, all of us were full auto virgins. So like I know I sometimes seem callous and unenthused by things, but the truth is just because I've been just doing it for so long. I'm pretty jaded. Yeah, no, I mean, but I totally appreciate. That's cool that you did it for the first time. But I mean, yeah, full auto is awesome, and it definitely is a pleasure to shoot. I'm glad you had fun though. But yeah, definitely when we get some of our stuff built, you got to come up and shoot some of it.
And I'm excited. You guys, I don't want to you guys have some components possibly coming out too for like your rifle drones.
We definitely have plans. The biggest thing is just time, So
I'm excited about that too down the road, and again I'll be talking with you about that upper when you guys get the laser engraving done on them because I'm not catching upper.
Yeah, no, like I said, the test one that we had done, it looked awesome. Yeah, it looked really good.
Well, I believe it because that lower the anodizing is very impressive on it. I like it a lot. Again, I showed the picture of it. For those out there, go check them out on Facebook, MGS Firearms, and check out their lowers and also on the website, mgsfirearms.com. So, Toby, we'll go ahead and wrap up with you too. You got anything else you want to throw out there?
Just for people to go and go to the website, www.tier1training.com, and check out the classes. We got 2 coming up this month, both a basic pistol class and a fighting fundamentals for pistol. Other than that, just getting ready for more Indiana multi-gun, and beginning of next month is Tar Heel 3-Gun Challenge.
Nice. Awesome. Very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and close things down. Thank you guys all for being with us tonight. And until next time, I'll see you next week. And next time, we'll go out and have some fun shooting.
Yeah.